Podketeers.
Nice. It's like the weird Disney thing that D23 is streaming. It's like one of those gold theater Disney. That, if anything, that's probably the one that I want to watch. There's like two that I saw that were listed that I really want to watch, but that's not what I wanted to talk about right now. I wanted to show you what I found at the store, and you know that my love for orange flavor things sometimes gets the better of me.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this product, but I did buy it. I bought two, as a matter of fact, because I didn't know if it was going to be good or not, or whether or not I was going to have a good taste week and I was going to be able to like fully enjoy the taste. But I found these.
Interesting.
Oh.
Orange cream filled twist Twizzler things. And they're supposed to taste like an orange creamsicle. As you might be able to tell, we have dug into one of the packages already.
Well, that's a good sign.
Well, the boys really liked it. Listen, I bought them.
Twizzlers? I don't know
They're very loved.
I don't know who convinced people that Twizzlers are candy, but I'm pretty sure they're plastic.
It literally tastes like plastic with like a hint of the orange cream.
It's like gummy without a flavor. Like gummy
I
bear,
like
kind
red
of like
vines.
gelatin.
Like red vines taste like something, and they're not
red
like
vines.
plastic. Like it doesn't feel like I'm eating like plastic string. Like
They're
okay,
like
I
diet
will-
candies.
No, they're worse than diet candy.
Ew.
Because, like, I'm not going to get into it. But I will admit that I have had the regular Twizzlers before, so if I had to choose between them, I would definitely choose this one because it does have the hint of
can you
orange
just
cream
suck
to
the
it.
cream out of the middle, or is it just like
No.
an orange rope in the middle of red rope?
No, it's kind of soft. It's almost like nougat.
Okay.
But I
Ooh.
don't know if it's because like it's really hot in the room and maybe it's melting.
Orange peanut?
I wish, but it's
For me?
it's okay. I'm not gonna purchase these again.
You should
I can
buy
now
some.
officially say that I tried it and I got it out of my system. The boys are happy because they're going to have a whole second package that they can eat. But this was one of those times where no.
Okay.
You should
No.
buy orange peanut.
It's like you had me in the first half thinking that you were going to recommend them, and you just...
They're not bad. Listen,
Okay.
if you bought them
but they
and
are
you
bad.
tried them, no. I mean, in comparison to the other
Yeah.
Twizzlers, these are really tasty. Actually, they do give off the hint of orange cream, but not enough for me to want to buy them again. Like I ate them and thought, okay, this kind of gives you the idea that that's what you're eating, but not enough for me to go spend another $3 on one of these.
If you already like the taste of Twizzlers, then you're in
if
for
you
a
like
treat.
Twizzler, if you love Twizzlers and you also love orange cream, this is like heaven for you. You're gonna love these. You're gonna buy a pack of 50, and especially now that they're clearance for $3 because they were $6 at one point, but I happened to find it on clearance for $3, which is why I bought them. But yeah, they're if you like Twizzlers, you're going to enjoy these. They're not horrible. Like if somebody gave me a full package of these, I would eat them. It's not going to be like I'm not going to throw them away or anything.
What?
But I won't buy them again. That's
The most
that's what I'm getting at.
random assortment of character images just came up on the Entertainment Weekly pop-up for this
What do you mean?
article. So it says, want to save this article? It's like, get the best of Entertainment Weekly and blah, 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 blah. And this image has two boxes. And in the image, in one box is guy from Gladiator, Sam Wilson, Captain America, Elphaba, Harley Quinn, Lady Gaga, Harley Quinn, Moana, and Beetlejuice.
Nice.
And in the bottom is Kevin Costner, cowboy guy. What's her name? Whatever, something Brunson from Abbott Elementary. Pedro Pascal.
Quinta Brunson?
Quinta Brunson, yeah. I can't remember her first name. Pedro Pascal, RuPaul, and then two people I don't know.
Sorry,
Like, what is this?
that is a good mix.
What is this?
That's,
What
I
is
mean,
that?
nobody's going to be bored with that mix.
Right?
I think this lady must be from Bridgerton. And then I don't know if this is Game of Thrones or something else, this other lady. But
Interesting.
and everybody's a different color, too. So, like, Beetlejuice is orange. Moana's purple. Captain America's a different purple.
Moana's purple. Okay.
Okay, here, I'm just going to show you because it's chaos, and then we can...
Okay.
You know what? All these characters need to be like in their own version of Smash Brothers.
This is...
Oh my
This is how we
goodness.
start the thing. This is the new Super Smash Brothers characters.
Yeah.
What's happening? Oh, there it goes. Oh.
Oh.
So they liked Elphaba's look, and they thought, we're just going to go like this with everyone else. Cool.
But even Elphaba's hair is green. Like, they still
Yeah.
tinted her more green.
Why did they tint her green if she was already green to begin with?
Because her hair
Exactly.
wasn't green, and her glasses weren't green. And the whites of her eyes weren't green.
Yeah, this is weird.
It's like...
That is.
I like opened up the article. I'm like, what am I looking at here? Like, this lady, I'm assuming, is from like Bridgerton or something.
Yeah.
And then I don't know who this person is.
Huh.
And that's RuPaul.
I love where Pedro Pascal is. Like, that is perfect.
That, yeah, that
He's, like,
is
staring at
just,
her chest, though.
what's going on here?
Oh, I didn't notice that, but
Yeah.
He's like, hello.
it was more like RuPaul just like posing right next to
Yeah.
him. I love it. I don't know who had that idea, but that was entertaining.
Thanks. But, hey, it's Entertainment Weekly.
All
They
right.
nailed it. They got it. Okay,
And
let's
then I
see.
use the snipping tool.
So, Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Wait, did we start
Brought back the
recording?
Parks
Was that the
event this year.
beginning?
Yeah,
We've
why
been
not?
recording.
We've been recording for like a
Wait.
good 10 minutes now.
When,
Yeah.
Wait, when did we start recording? 8 minutes.
Good morning, guys.
Wait,
10 minutes ago?
Hold on a minute. When did we start
reals?
recording? I am completely
minutes
serious right now. My flabbers are gasted.
Ooh, that's the
My
best type of
gasts are
flabbering.
flabbered. I literally
That's the
have.
best
Yeah.
type of flabbered.
I've
I mean,
not
I
been
see the
paying attention.
I see the clock.
I see the clock now too. I
We did the
was
whole
not-
countdown and everything.
did you say thing? I didn't have my screen up.
I honestly, I thought you knew, so we.
You're like,
wrote
why?
it.
You're like, why is Andrew
Oh, my
like
goodness.
just doing a bunch of weird chaos stuff right now, just jumping in and?
No,
and
we're used
saying-
to it. I mean,
Yep.
it's we're just used to it because you always share fun things anyway. So we figured, why not?
Well,
might as
I
well
mean,
just
I
roll with it.
guess I
Right.
didn't say anything inappropriate, did I?
No, you're good.
I don't know.
You're good.
Well, I have to check the
No.
I
tape.
mean, we might use the ha or
Oh,
something.
you're
towards the end.
fine.
Oh,
okay.
boy.
Anyways, I mean, hello, people from 9 minutes ago where I wasn't paying attention.
What was it saying?
I literally had another tab of listening. I'm like, they'll say we're going to start at some point. And that was 10 minutes ago. So, anyway, you're going to say something about... I'm so...
Oh, Dreamlight Valley.
Oh, right. So, I mean, this is what happens when
I'm going to be here
we
picking my
work late
nose and
yeah, it's
scratching my
like-
butt and stuff. Anyway,
I mean, it
Dreamlight...
adds flavor, I guess.
It's entertaining,
it
I'm
could
Wait,
sure.
have been
was that
worse.
whole orange creamsicle thing, was that the thing that we started
Yes.
with?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought that was like...
I figured since I was jumping into that part of the conversation,
I thought that was
might
like
as well
one
just-
last thing before we start recording. I got this. And I was looking at him.
No.
Okay, well, I gotta like reset here. Hold on. Okay, I'm good. Dreamlight Valley.
Do we need a clap?
No,
And
it's fine. Keep it all in. I'm Mr. Oblivious.
My face hurts.
That's funny.
Okay, just ignore me for 2 minutes.
I don't even know what I was gonna say. Oh, right.
Something about Dreamlight Valley. I don't know.
Right. So Dreamlight Valley tries to sync up with park events at times, and so when there's celebration in the parks, they try to do stuff inside of Dreamlight Valley. And I still believe that at some point we should get a Disney Dreamlight Valley magic band that also does cool things in the park, kind of like the Key does, or kind of like, we've seen them do. So the parks event that happened last year during the anniversary, during
the
Disney's
100
birthday,
Years of Wonder.
for the 100 Years of Wonder, they kind of repurposed again this year, which is kind of nice because there was a lot of people that didn't get an opportunity to do it. They started playing after the event, or they couldn't finish it because just like the Cheshire Cat event, last year's involved finding red buttons, green buttons, and blue buttons to make and craft purple buttons so that you could craft popcorn buckets as part of the game.
Oh, right.
And they brought that back again. You are able to craft the popcorn buckets again. They have the Stitch popcorn bucket, the Cinderella popcorn bucket, a Figment popcorn bucket, the Mickey balloon popcorn bucket. But this year, there's also this Mine Train and the Doug popcorn buckets, which we're not part of.
We have that Doug one at home. We have it.
You have the Doug one?
Yeah, Tina bought it. Yeah.
I have the Mickey balloon bucket, the blue one, as a matter of fact. This was from the 60th anniversary.
Did they have the Stitch one last time?
Yes.
Okay.
It was part of the game, yeah.
It was part of it.
I remember the Figment one, and I think the last time there was maybe a Winnie the Pooh one. I don't remember.
By the way, the Figment popcorn... Oh, yeah, the Winnie the Pooh popcorn bucket is the one that she's holding. There. Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that one. So the big change this year is that when you crafted them, you can only set them on the floor or set them on some kind of piece of furniture. Now you can actually carry the popcorn buckets as part of this update, which is why she's carrying the Winnie the Pooh one. Last year, all you could do is open them and reveal that there was supposedly popcorn inside of it.
Wait, for
if
real?
Popcorn started, if you clicked on them, it would open the popcorn bucket. But it didn't do anything cool. If it showed popcorn popping out of them when you open them, I think that would have been a cool animation to have as part of the popcorn bucket.
Oh, the popcorn spilled.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe they will this time.
Maybe.
I mean, it is just a popcorn bucket. I don't know how much animation a popcorn bucket needs.
I mean, if you could use it to whack Maui or something, I think that'd be pretty great.
Heyzen wants more altercations in Dreamlight Valley.
A little bit. I mean, they gave me a lightsaber and didn't allow me to do anything with it. Yeah. And it wasn't cheap, dude. That lightsaber was pretty damn expensive.
They should let you use it as a shovel at least. Pick a tool and it's now lightsaber. Just digging holes.
And what's crazy about it is that if you're running and stuff, it disappears. It only really comes out if you're standing or if you take a picture.
Boo.
So it's kind of,
you know what? It should be the pickaxe when you're hitting all the rocks.
Oh, I would love it if you could just break the rocks.
That would be awesome.
I'm so for that. Yes.
What other tools are there? Fishing rod. It's a fishing rod lightsaber.
Anything.
Shock all the fishes.
Anything. If they let me whack Maui with it, I would love it. You can tell I don't like Maui, right? In Dreamlight Valley?
Yeah.
But I don't mind him anywhere else. He could be a part of my baseball team because I need somebody with that type of power. But in Dreamlight Valley, super annoying. There's no Chi-Hu happening in Dreamlight Valley. No Chi-Hu.
How about when he throws that his thing into the ground? He could do that a bunch.
That'd be nice. You know what I would like to wield in Dreamlight Valley?
Loud? I don't know. I never play with sound on.
If I could carry Maui's hook in Dreamlight Valley,
that would be fun.
Oh my God, that would be fun.
But then you would have his hook, and then
I could whack him with it. But then I could whack him with it.
Turn into Half Shark. That'd be cool too.
If I carry his hook, he's flying around like you know how you could get the creatures, like the little critters, to follow you. He could turn into the hawk or an eagle. What does he turn into? An eagle? Is it a shark? An eagle?
I think it's a hawk.
Is it a hawk? Okay, yeah. So he could turn into the hawk and fly around with you, or you could send him to the water and then you never see him again because he gets lost at sea without his hook. And then you can be a demigod.
Yeah.
Just like, if you haven't seen Moana 2, I'm not going to spoil it, but you know, you should watch Moana 2. Just saying. So Dreamlight Valley has this stuff going on right now. If you have trouble finding the buttons, send me a message. Maybe we could set up a time to share some of the buttons I collected last year. The ones that we collected last year can still be used this year. So the good thing is that I think I won't be able to, I won't need to hunt for any of them this time around because I have all the leftovers that I can just use to craft the stuff that I'm missing this year, which is kind of nice. So if you need anything, just let me know. And I'm happy to share some of the extra ones that I have. The other announcement that came out was a teaser for potentially the next, the second part of the expansion pack, which includes Storybook Vale, which at the end of that one, we're supposed to get Maleficent and Aurora in the valley as new characters. Yay. So the Dreamlight Valley account shared this map. And this map is familiar to some players because they have used this map before for a different quest. The big difference this time is that they have this area down here by Skull Rock where there's the little ship, a red line to an X. So there's a lot of speculation about what this actually means, if Skull Rock or Neverland is coming to the game, that it's going to be like another realm that you kind of go off to. As part of one of the other quests, like when you were trying to bring Ariel into the valley, this little ship next to Skull Rock took you to another island where you had to complete some tasks in order to bring Ariel to Dreamlight Valley. This map was also used, I found this one here, was also used as part of a quest where you had to find some, like, they're not 3D glasses, but they were like glasses that allowed you to kind of, I forgot what the quest was called, but in these 3 areas you had to wear those special glasses that you crafted in order to find the stuff that you had to dig up. So the little ship down here is missing. And then there was some speculation about this over here being Captain Hook's hook.
It's a coffee stain.
It's just a coffee stain.
It's a coffee stain.
If you look at it like this is the new teaser.
Stain.
It's still a coffee stain, but people that hadn't seen the old map or hadn't completed that quest were like, "Oh my God, it's Captain Hook's hook." No,
look,
it's just a coffee stain up here. There's another one. So I'm excited.
Somebody went into their Googled texture and found one that has all these splotches and it had coffee stains
just
on it.
overlaid it.
Perfect.
Yeah,
because it's got all these
all the dots. Somebody was not having a good time with their coffee.
It fits me because this is what my stuff looks like after I drink coffee. So I get this.
Good thing most of your stuff's digital now.
Whew. You should see my monitor. It's pretty bad. Hopefully we get this soon. I don't know what the release date for this is going to be, but if this is teasing Neverland, that means we are going to get Captain Hook at least in the valley, and at some point potentially Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, which is kind of cool.
My guess is they're just going to start using that boat as a mechanic to get you to go to other places, as opposed to using the doors and stuff. They could be like, all right, you're on the boat and you've done the aerial one already. Well, now this boat's going to take you somewhere else. It could be anywhere.
I like that.
Because that boat already exists and they haven't used it for anything else.
I agree with you. I think they can use the boat as the mechanic. However, I can see them using Skull Rock itself as the opening for the other realm, because I'm gonna spoil a little bit of the Alice in Wonderland current one that's going on right now. So with all of the realms, all of the doors that are in the Dream Castle, normally you go, you pay your Dreamlight, and then the door opens, you go into the realm, and it basically transports you to whatever that realm is.
Right.
For this update, they did something that's kind of fun and interesting. As soon as you open the door shrinks down. And you can't walk through it anymore because it's a tiny door inside of the Dream Castle. And then it opens, and a white rabbit jumps out, and it runs away from you. And Merlin's like, well, what are you standing there for? Follow the white rabbit. And so you follow the white rabbit out of the Dream Castle. You start chasing it down through the plaza. It veers off to the left right before the ramp that leads up into the forest. And the rabbit just kind of like poofs into the wall, and it creates this like tiny rabbit hole with like a tree stump that's got like a little door, and you go and you click on it, and that door takes you into the Wonderland realm from within Dreamlight Valley. You don't have to go to the castle to do it. So it's a fun new mechanic. It's a nice way to add to the valley itself. And so I could see them doing the same thing with the boat. Like, they can use it for it to like kind of take you somewhere, but I can also see them just using Skull Rock as the opening for this additional realm, so that it's not just a prop.
Well,
right? It actually has some kind of purpose.
I 100% agree with you, but I think that this map, I mean, based on what I'm looking at, is using the boat and not Skull Rock.
Right. Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. I agree with you on this one.
We're all on the same page. This
we are
boat
on the same
is
page
for possibly this Aurora thing, possibly, and the Skull Rock. Right? You said Aurora is supposed to be coming at some point. That's already
at the end
announced.
of this. Yeah, at the end of this next, it's part of the DLC. So I don't remember if summer was the last part on the roadmap, or if it had like a summer and a fall update to wrap it up.
Okay.
The summer one that's coming in like 2 or 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, might be the one that finally unlocks Maleficent and Aurora. Unless you can already unlock Maleficent, Mel. Are you that far yet? I'm not far enough yet to know if that's okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So no, you haven't unlocked her, or no, you're not that far yet?
I'm not that far. It's
okay.
So much I have to do. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm playing catch up on both accounts right now, so more than likely I'm gonna try to finish it to kind of catch up on the second account. I did finish a bunch of the Alice tasks, and I'm working through all the friendship tasks with the Cheshire Cat right now. So hopefully I'll be done with those within the next couple of weekends.
Have you seen the latest survey that they're sending out, or they're asking for those to partake into?
No.
And it concerns fall.
What's on that? What's on this? Because I've seen the surveys that they've sent before, and I know that one of the most popular selections was Alice in Wonderland, which is, I think, what geared this particular update.
They're giving like choices on different characters on who we'd want to see from Treasure Planet.
Ooh.
Who else? Robin Hood.
Nice.
The Aristocats. And I forgot who else. But those are Big Hero 6. So I don't know how, like, they're asking, like, who would you want to see the most or interested or whatever. And then for fall, they're talking about or asking about Nightmare, of course, Sanderson Sisters. They didn't say Hocus Pocus. They said Sanderson Sisters. And Halloween Town.
Nice.
I don't think they had anything else, but they were just asking, like, which of the three would want to see and whatnot. And I know I'm missing something. Oh, yeah. Part of the characters, Brother Bear.
Aw.
So
there's a franchise I haven't heard about in 20 years.
That seems like
Right?
a decoy option
Yeah.
to weed out.
This is the one we
bots or
don't want
something.
you to choose because we
well-
want you to choose Treasure Planet, which is the right choice from that list.
I think it would be pretty cool. Because being
Did
goes
you-
Captain Amelia and Jim Hawkins.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
You know, I know that they're not connected, but there's a part of me, like in my heart, that always wanted Atlantis and Treasure Planet to be connected storyline wise somehow.
Uh-huh.
And I know that they're not, but I feel like they're kindred spirits.
I think. Well, I think a lot of the folks that made both of them have similar ideas. I mean, they're both very like Jules Verne inspired in different ways. So that's I think there are more connections than we even possibly know about between those two films. That would be something to look into.
We should start conspiracy theories about it and say that they are connected and that they're connected to an SEA member.
All right, here we go.
There we go.
I can do the connection for you right now. All
Let's
right,
do it.
here we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Treasure Planet. You have the doctor guy, right?
Yes.
What's the doctor guy?
Dr. Treasure Planet.
Anyway, he's voiced by
Hey.
anybody got it? Anybody got who he's voiced by?
I don't remember.
David Hyde Pierce.
All
You know,
right.
who David Hyde Pierce is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. In Atlantis, the guy that funds the trip, I don't know these people's names. The guy that funds the
Oh.
trip is voiced by John
David
Mahoney.
Hyde.
John Mahoney.
I was gonna say
John
David Hyde
Mahoney.
Pierce.
John Mahoney plays anybody? John Mahoney plays
Bueller.
Frasier's dad in Frasier, and
Uh-huh.
David Hyde Pierce plays Niles,
Niles
in
on Frasier.
So
Oh my
they are
God.
all in the Frasier verse.
7 Degrees of Niles.
Seriously.
Let's play 7 Degrees of Niles.
Okay, so Jim Hawkins is voiced by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and he
Right.
was on the show
Third
Rock
Planet-
from the Sun.
Or Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also
but
on
he
that
was
show
also in
was
Inception.
John Lithgow,
Right.
who voiced
Perry
Lord
and the Hendersons.
Farquaad in Shrek.
Right. Welcome
who-
to Do Life.
Right.
It's a perfect.
who was who else was in Shrek? You might add Eddie Murphy
Right.
Yes.
and Eddie
Mike
Myers.
Myers,
Yeah, but
who
Eddie
was on SNL,
yeah, and so
who was Dr. Evil with Seth Green,
yeah.
who was also on Buffy
It-
the Vampire Slayer
Okay.
with Sarah Michelle Gellar,
Okay.
who was great in Buffy. That's all I got.
You got yourself in a hole with Sarah Michelle Gellar,
Sure did.
who has the
Oh, wait,
same.
who was
Okay.
married to Freddie Prinze Jr., who was in Scooby-Doo
Okay.
with
Sarah Michelle with
Seth Green.
Seth Green was he in Scooby Doo?
No, he wasn't, but I figured I would throw it out there.
He was who played Shaggy? Oh, you know who was in that? Peter Boyle.
Peter Boyle, who was on Everybody Loves Raymond.
We've got who was in with Brad Garrett, who was in Finding
with Brad
Nemo.
Garrett, who was in Finding exactly
With Willem
Wow.
Dafoe, who was in Spider-Man, with
as the Green Goblin.
with
yes.
Tobey Maguire,
right?
who was, in
also Spider-Man.
with
Right.
Tom Holland, who was in
Uh-huh.
Avengers with Robert Downey Jr.,
Right.
who was in the movie Other Stuff.
with Robert Downey Jr.
Let's see, was that Chocolat? What movie was he in?
Tropic Thunder.
He was in Tropic Thunder with Tom Cruise. I don't know why we're doing this.
I don't
don't
know.
know.
But
Are
this is
we
fun.
still trying to get to Atlantis?
I was hoping to find a way back home, but I totally ruined it. I veered us
Hold
so
on.
far
Okay.
away.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get us back. Where were we at? We were at Robert Downey Jr.
We're at Robert Downey Jr.
Okay, well, let's back up. So Tom Holland was in the Avengers
Uh-huh.
with Samuel L. Jackson,
Right.
Yes.
who was in Jurassic Park
Yep.
With the snakes on the plane.
Oh, shh.
Okay,
I'm gonna
right.
get us there.
Right, yes.
Who was
Hold on to your butts.
who
I'm holding.
Okay. Samuel L. Jackson was in Jurassic Park with
I'm tired of these snakes on this plane.
No, you got to say it. I'm tired of these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane.
I am tired of these motherfather snakes on this motherfather plane.
Monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane.
Oh my goodness.
So Samuel L. Jackson was in Pulp Fiction with with John Travolta.
Right, who did Saturday Night Fever and danced
Stop saying
like no one was watching.
That I don't know anybody.
But those are the ones I
besides
know.
So he was in Hairspray.
Oh, right. With Zac Efron, who was in High School Musical, the series.
And we're back.
You keep getting me too far away from Atlantis. I have to get to Michael J. Fox.
Who was in Back to the Future.
Right. With Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yes.
Right.
Who was in Taxi with Danny DeVito.
Right. Who was in Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who was also
and he was also in Star Wars Mandalorian.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was in Mandalorian?
No.
Danny
I don't
Lloyd.
know.
Oh, Christopher
Lloyd was in The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
Hold on. Wow. I'm pretty sure.
Wait a minute. This is eating up.
Everyone's going to be so frustrated this episode. I'm so sorry.
I don't watch that many movies. Can you tell?
Mandalorian season 3. Yeah. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. I remember that.
Oh, you nailed it, Mel. All right. So back on track. Yes.
Okay.
So Christopher
I
Lloyd
helped get us there.
Okay. So Christopher Lloyd is in The Mandalorian with Pedro Pascal, who was
in that ad for Entertainment Weekly.
Right.
With Quinta Brunson and
Sam
Wilson, who was also in the Avengers.
We can get Samuel L. Jackson, who is in Star Wars, and the Mandalorian, who's in Star Wars.
Tired of the snakes on the plane.
Okay, so here we go. Samuel L. Jackson's in Star Wars. The Mandalorian is also Star Wars. Christopher Lloyd is in Back to the Future. Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox was the voice of the guy in Atlantis. Okay. Milo Thatch. There we go. We did it.
We did it, guys.
That was 700 degrees of Kevin
how
Bacon.
many
Nailed it.
I would have got it if
Yes.
it didn't keep giving me the
Yes.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Man, we did it, guys. That was a trip. I'm
gonna have to go
glad
listen
I
to this.
contributed 0 to this.
I'm gonna have to listen to this and just put the like chain of characters in one big image that we all talked about.
There's a part of me that I said mother father.
Yeah.
But part of me wants to unnecessarily bleep it.
Yes.
Just because it'll be funny if people don't know. Because it'll just be like that Jimmy Kimmel bit where they go and they unnecessarily bleep things.
Yep.
All right. I need to take a breather. So what better way to take a breather than to have a whole lot to say about a special group of listeners known as the FGP Squad. Our podcast, Fairy Godparents, because it's their support via Patreon that help make these episodes of Podketeers possible, even though they can get a little crazy sometimes. So, for more information on how you can become part of the FGP Squad family, we invite you to go to podketeers.com/FGP. There you'll find a list of some of our top contributors, a link to our Patreon, some information about what the FGP Squad is all about. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us. We'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. But being a part of the FGP Squad family gets you some additional perks like exclusive discount codes for Podketeers gear, a special section of Discord, access to additional content that we've uploaded to Patreon, our undying thanks for being a part of the FGP Squad. It also gets you access to our happy hour calls when we get a chance to do those. So if you're interested, again, podketeers.com/FGP is where you want to go for more information. And of course, to all of the members of the FGP Squad, we just want to send a huge thank you for your continued support. Speaking of links, podketeers.com/links is where you want to go and bookmark if you want quick access to some of our most commonly asked for links, including our latest episode, the Quizneyland playlist. You'll also find a link, of course, to the FGP Squad, our Discord community. We'd love to have you join. Make sure that you click there and join us for conversations about things we talk about in these episodes, random Monopoly Go talks, and all sorts of stuff that that we happen to talk about over on Discord. You'll also find a link to our YouTube channel and our pal Larry's YouTube channel, Goofy Guys Adventures. If you like park streams, make sure to check out Larry's channel. He's usually there 2 or 3 times a week. And he's one of those really great streamers, by the way. He's really respectful. He's not loud and obnoxious. Like, he's super respectful. I love watching his streams, so make sure to check out Goofy Guys Adventures over on YouTube. We have a link to our Armchair Imagineering playlist on the links page as well. So podketeers.com/links is where you want to go. Make sure that you bookmark that. And a couple episodes ago, I mentioned doing the clickety-click and the clickety-clack and the gloopity-gloop. Never figured out what the gloopity-gloop was, but, bookmark it anyway. Maybe one of these days you'll just be like, oh, that's what the gloopity-gloop was. It was 700 degrees of Michael J. Fox to Niles Crane. I don't know. Somehow we'll get there again. We should play that game so I can see how badly I could derail you again. Hey, I have a couple of... I want to talk about the announcement of the parade that's coming to Disney World in a bit, but I had a couple of videos that I wanted to show you.
Okay. Yeah.
The first one is so heartwarming. I chose a shorter version of this one because I don't know if we're going to get some kind of strike on it. Excuse me. I do want to play a little bit of this audio because... Let me just play this. This was some good stuff. It was Kermit at the University of Maryland's commencement. He was the speaker for the students graduating.
Is not a solo act. No, it's not. It's a big, messy, delightful ensemble piece, especially when you're with your people. In fact, look around. Seriously, go ahead, look around. You're probably sitting next to some of your people right now. These are friends that you might have for your whole life. And there will be many others to collect along the way, so always keep your eyes open. Because if I know a thing, it's important to stay connected to your loved ones, stay connected to your friends, and most of all, stay connected to your dreams. No matter how big, no matter how impossible they seem. The truth is, dreams are how we figure out where we want to go. And life is how we get there. And I know that even though you're about to throw your caps in the air, good luck finding them again, I know that you will stay connected to your families, your friends, and your dreams. Because life's like a movie. Write your own ending. Keep believing. Keep pretending. You've all done just what you set out to do.
No.
Oh, by the way, I purposely chose the PBS News one because I support PBS. So
Of course.
just want to throw that out there. The Daily Mail had a good title for this one. They said, "What a riveting speech." Because, quite frankly, if you have an opportunity to watch Kermit's entire speech, it was amazing. It was so heartwarming. It was so touching. There's a lot about it that I think I was able to connect to, and I think there's a lot of things that a lot of people are going to be able to connect to. But I don't know. It ignited something in my heart that just made me feel nice. You know, it was a nice, heartwarming moment that I feel like I haven't really felt in a long time listening to Kermit speak.
You know what it felt like when you would sit down and watch Mr. Rogers, and it would be like that soothing voice.
Yeah.
Or like Steve from Blue's Clues.
Like Steve. Oh my God.
Like,
yes.
just like Kermit could read a whole dictionary and I'll be like just paying attention, saying yes.
Yeah. Andrew, have you been able to get over the voice?
I was just thinking about it. I was like, should I comment on Kermit's voice? I think the voice is Kermit is like a hard thing to get right, and I think the problem, like one of the things is like we were so used to the Steve Whitmire Kermit, even though that was kind of not the Jim Henson Kermit, and this I don't remember who's doing Kermit right now. Is it?
I think it's Matt Vogel.
Is it Matt Vogel?
I think that's who it was for this speech.
Is closer to the Henson Kermit, which I have the most fondness for is the Henson Kermit. I mean, because the most Muppet stuff I've watched is like I watched all the Muppet Show episodes, and that's all Jim Henson.
It was Matt. I just found it. Yeah.
And so it's everybody has their own spin on it, and I think that this is a very like a genuine take on it, like doing your own thing while still trying to homage to Jim Henson and not Steve Whitmire, I think is the like what we're going for here. And I think the stuff that is recorded like with more like movie equipment sounds a little more clearer and more like Kermit than this. It's out in the open, and I don't know how this was
live
recorded
and
and mixed and everything, so it's a little bit different. So hey, we gotta move on, and if we want Kermit to still exist, somebody's got to do his voice, and so I'm happy with this one. At least Kermit's still around, I should say.
Yeah. So. No, go ahead, Mel. I was going to ask you how you felt or if you've ever had a problem with this version of Kermit.
No. I'm not. I honestly, to be honest, I don't. I guess I don't catch up on the voice or the way that it's spoken, or I just see Kermit.
You're just like, that's Kermit, and that's how like 90% of people are. They're not lunatics like me.
Well,
or
no,
me.
because
Or
you have a more knowledge on voice talents and whatnot. So that I understand. I completely understand where you're coming from. Since I don't know it, it's like I still get the essence of Kermit, of who Kermit is. So if it were to be like the person came out and started sounding like, I don't know.
Sorry, like I'm sounding me doing Kermit, like, hello, my name is Kermit. I'm.
But that's not bad, though. That's the thing.
That was bad.
I was trying to think of a different character, but you get me.
He comes out, he sounds like freaking.
He comes out,
Shrek.
he sounds like Fuzzy.
Right.
That's Dr. Nick. That's not Fuzzy.
I mean, Dr. Nick, sure.
Same.
So I'm glad that you said that, because I agree with both of you on this, because like I connect with Andrew on this one, because Andrew and I are very similar, where Andrew's much better at this, by the way, but Andrew and I are very similar in the fact that we like to mimic a lot of the characters that we enjoy. And so Andrew obviously uses a lot of those talents in Disneyland when he makes the commercials and stuff like that. And,
right.
You hear it on the podcast every so often. And, I've had my fair share of trying to do Kermit the Frog as well. Like, I try to, mimic his voice, and Andrew's right. Like, Kermit's voice is one of the hardest voices to mimic, especially if you really want to take it back to Jim Henson. because Jim Henson's was his voice, right? Nobody was trying to imitate like anything else. And by the time Steve took over, he was trying to imitate, you know, Jim. And so there's these generational shifts that happen when characters are taken over. Like, you can obviously hear it, even if it is subtle. Like, you know, when what's his name, Bauza,
Eric Bauza.
Eric Bauza, when he took over Bugs and all these other iconic characters, he sounds really close to Mel Blanc and, you know, all these other characters that were previously voiced by him, but there's still that hint of what's his to that character, right? And with Kermit, it's interesting. The one constant with Kermit is where I agree with you, Mel, that there's a lot of the essence of Kermit and what Kermit stands for and what people believe Kermit is and can be as this unifying force in the world, that I was watching this, and I'll be honest, at the very beginning, I heard the whole speech, and at the very beginning, it did kind of bother me that there's this like essence of Kermit that's like so much higher than what Jim or Steve used to do when he's talking, instead of bringing it down to something like this and being really calm. And I mean, this is my really poor interpretation of what Kermit sounds like to me, right? And so as I heard Kermit's speech, like little by little, the voice faded, and it wasn't Matt speaking, it was Kermit speaking, and it was Kermit's words that I began to connect to as the speech went on and longer, and he dove deeper into what he was saying, you know. So I get what you're both saying, and I think I hope you get to a point, Andrew, where you kind of shift into that mindset where it's, if you think of the generational changes of our voices as we grow up, we sound one way when we're a child, a toddler, you know, a preteen, a teenager, an adult, and Kermit. You know what I mean? This is just older Kermit. You know what I mean? Like,
I think, you know, as like if it was a whole movie of it, I think after a few minutes I would just get used to it. But since this clip was so short, like, it's kind of, I didn't fall into the like getting used to it yet. But I think, you know, it's with everything, and also we're on a podcast and I need to have an opinion on stuff, so I have to you know, think about an answer. But yeah, I think if you know, longer stuff of the voice, and especially blended in with reacting with other Muppets and stuff too, like, it's going to be much different, and it's going to be more familiar in that context than it is here. And I also just had the thought, like, when you're playing this clip, he has, like, how he's doing the Kermit speech. It reminded me so much of, like, when, like, Obama would do speeches. Like, he had, like, some of the, like, the rhythms.
The cadence.
Exactly.
And rhythm.
I want somebody
of the things he would say.
Right.
Well, you're kind of turning to
with
Christopher
the pause.
Walken.
No, his are much deeper. His
are
closer to this.
So I want like Jay Farrow or somebody that does Obama to just take the Kermit speech and do it as Obama. I think it would be exactly the same.
Can we get Obama to do the Kermit speech as Obama?
I bet you he would.
Or can we get Obama to do Kermit?
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, Barack Obama, I know you're busy.
Listen, Barry, we need a favor.
Can you want to come on the podcast and tell us all the impressions you can do? We'll have an impression off with Barack Obama.
That would be so funny.
He does podcasts, right? He has his
all
own
the
podcast.
time.
Yeah,
sure. Why not?
I'm sure.
This week
Us
on
and Barry
Podketeers,
just hanging out. Sure.
Barack Obama.
So I would say I agree with what you're saying. I do think that if you had a little bit longer, I think it might help you get over it a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to the whole speech. And this is just not for you. I mean, to everybody listening or watching, seek out the entire speech. It was really fantastic. It was really heartwarming. What a treat for the people that were graduating at that commencement ceremony. It was a coherent speech for graduating students. It was amazing for this week. It was great.
Used a quote from the Muppet movie.
Right. Okay, so I actually have another Muppet video to share.
Okay.
Ooh.
This is a video of something on display in Portland at Bricks Cascade. It was made by a creator named Original Citrus with a 0.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh.
It is Statler and
You see the
Waldorf.
crowd out here? Yeah, it's nuts. They've been lined up for blocks. I
Wow.
saw the Lego movie last night. Oh yeah, how was it? Everything was awesome, except the plot, the action, the special effects. I bought a Lego set yesterday, but I had to return it. Why'd you do that? The box said it was ages 0 to 99, and I don't want that kind of pressure at my age.
So
That is
if you
so cool.
never knew how to laugh like Statler and Waldorf,
Apparently
it's
it's Can I criticize this guy on his voice? You need a little work, guy. Hey, your Lego building skills, top notch.
Amazing.
Your impressions need a little work. I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but I don't think they laugh.
I was just under the impression that it was.
Well, because they both laugh differently. So one is
Yes.
like that's one of them, and the other one's
That's
different.
one of them.
Was
Yeah. It's like,
So between us, I think we got him covered,
yeah.
but not ba. But I agree with
That's
you.
how SpongeBob laughs.
I'm not even going to attempt that one.
But I mean, just look at that theater. Like
It looks so good, though.
It's so good, right?
It is.
Yeah, I
I'm like,
saw
I
this
could care
come.
less about everything else. I'm like, that looks cool.
I saw this come across my feed, and the first thing I thought was, why don't I have more space for this stuff?
Right? Can I just have like one more room?
It's like, I don't have space anymore.
It's huge too.
It is.
It is.
So if you're only listening, it's like a Statler and Waldorf, like the box at the Muppet Show, and like they're all made out of Muppets. They're all made out of Lego.
And it could be what, 30? Like, sorry, I was gonna say inches. 3 feet?
I don't know.
Well, it's probably about 30
3-4
inches
feet?
wide, maybe 2
Yeah.
feet tall.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Let me break this out. Let me measure it. Hold on.
But it
Put
comes
this up
out
against
like
the
it's
screen.
It's a big
Because on the
piece.
left and right sides, you can see the minifigs in the little windows.
Yeah. I mean, if we knew the size of the minifigs, I think we could kind of guesstimate the width of this whole thing. I'm not gonna sit there and do the math. That's why I'm an artist. But
I'm just
if
eyeing
anybody
this,
wants
I'm
to
like,
figure it out,
minifig
sure.
is 1.5 inches tall.
Let's see. What if he mentions it already? Let's see, because there's multiple videos on his Instagram account. So let me see if he mentions what the
Wait.
width is on any of them. An
inch and a half?
Inch and a half tall.
Are they really?
That's tall.
That's what it says. It's 4 centimeters tall and 1.5 inches.
Wow. Oh, he doesn't say how large it is.
Aww.
But if you want to do the math, you're more than welcome to. I'm not going to do it.
Well, maybe I'm gonna.
Well, the 3 up and down, that's like 4.5 inches. That's, I'm like, wait, what? I honestly thought it was going to be larger than that or taller.
Yeah.
Well, but think there's
Oh.
space between.
But look,
each one.
he's using Costco tables, those little fold-out tables. If we know
those-
the dimensions of one of
Okay,
those
those
tables,
are
6
those
by
are
the
6
2?
by 3.
the
They're
six,
Yeah, 3.
no,
inches.
those are the half ones. Those are the 2x3s or the 3x4s or something like that. Those are the smaller ones
Oh,
because
I'm
you can
looking
tell
at
there's
a one in a different video.
yeah. Oh, maybe they moved it.
I mean, probably.
I don't know. I'm just gonna message him and ask him. He's on Instagram.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
It's like, hey, buddy, how large is this build?
And
just
how
gonna
many
say-
Will
pieces?
you send me
He's
one?
gonna
Oh my
say
God,
s-
it glows red like it's on fire. Oh, I gotta share this one. Hold on a second. Look. Oh my God! Look at this.
That's demented.
You just see Ravenstein in the background. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That's
This
awesome.
is a horror. This is like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah. I like it.
This is so funny. And now it's waving. Okay. Yep.
See, that would make a great little video right there. How fun. Oh,
is
I
so
love
funny.
this so much.
Okay,
I
so
was not expecting this twist.
all right.
I
Statler
love
and
it.
Waldorf. Night at the Muppet Theater.
See? Halloween overlay right there.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna figure.
Boom.
I'm still.
You're
figuring
welcome,
this out.
California Adventure.
Well,
We did it. All right. Well, while you're still trying to figure that out, we could check back, but let's move on to our last topic for this episode. And that was the announcement that Disney Starlight, the new parade that's coming to Walt Disney World, I guess the tagline is Dream the Night Away, finally has a debut date, and that is July 20th, 2025 at Magic Kingdom. We did kind of know about this parade. We found out about it D23 weekend at the last expo. So we did have some concept art, and this is one of the images that they had released. This is their version, like an updated version of this parade inspired by the Main Street Electrical Parade. That's also what they said about Paint the Night.
mm-hmm.
And from the looks of this, I think, Mel, you said it best in our text chain. You said it looks like Paint the Night is staying in California
Ours.
because, they're
Forever.
getting this. I'm not going to lie. I would like to see this in California at least once because we had to share Paint the Night. I think they need to share this with us. It's only fair. Isn't it?
I mean, we could give them MSCP.
That's true.
And they could
We can
do
have
this
this
one.
at California Adventure and Paint the Night at Disneyland.
Hey, wait a minute.
Perfect.
Who did we share Paint the Night with?
No one.
No one.
Wait, didn't they have
No.
it?
No,
Oh,
it
they
just
did it. You're
literally
right.
sat in a
No.
warehouse.
You're right.
There's
Okay.
no reason we didn't have.
You are correct. For some odd reason in my head, I thought we sent Paint the Night.
No.
I'm so used to us sending them Main Street Electrical
Everything.
Parade. Yeah. All right, listen. Well, then, in keeping with that, we should get this first. And then we'll send it over there, like Main
Right.
Street Electrical Parade. They took our Hatbox Ghost, damn it.
And
Look how
it's true.
serious I got. We should get this. We should get this next. You stole a Hatbox Ghost. We should take this, at least for the summer, and then you can get it after.
Yeah.
But we still keep Paint the Night. We're just gonna keep it year round.
Yeah. That one's
California
ours.
Adventure. That one's ours. Yeah. Unlike the Hatbox Ghost that you stole, Disney World. Serious. Anyway, so this was some of the concept art. We did get additional imagery. This
That's
Cocoa
pretty.
float. Oh man, this looks amazing. I'm just gonna say it like that, amazing, because it looks really good. This honestly is kind of the same look that I've always wanted them to do at California Adventure, like convert a portion of California Adventure into the town of Santa Lucia, right? That's what it's called in Coco.
Cecilia.
Cecilia. The Marigold Bridge, just like the lighting, the gold swishies. Like I think this is a really nice overlay, or just converting a whole section of DCA into this look would just
would
be
be-
just so good. And then seeing, listen, Disney, pay attention, okay? Because here's a free idea. Let's bring this to California Adventure. I know you got plans and you're doing the whole Blue Smurf thing. You're like, bring an Avatar to DCA. Forget Avatar.
I forgot about Avatar.
We're bringing this to California Adventure. It's going to be less expensive. It's going to look much prettier. And you know what's going to be great about it? That instead of having a dragon that you can train like those, you know, like Universal. Like, I know you're like, oh, Universal, they got a dragon flying around and stuff. What if you had an alebrije flying around? Huh? If Dante in alebrije form was flying around DCA, come on now. You're welcome.
Or just, I don't know, make it fly in front of the castle. We've got wires.
Did they
wherever they want to make it happen. No, but I mean like full-blown dronified, like just like wingspan swishing through the air. People freaking out because it's like, oh no, that's a black ring of death, and now that there's this flying dragon-like green alien dog creature. Like, that would be so amazing.
That would be.
It's so good. Even if they do it for World of Color, like, I don't care. But have a dronified Dante in alebrije form, like full-blown, just like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm just, oof, man, so good. Avatar. Come on. There's also this float, this concept. Did you at any point on your Disney bingo card think, you know what we need a float for? Wish. That was a super successful movie that needs a float in a parade. We should do a float for Wish.
I haven't seen the movie yet, still.
Well, everybody knows.
It just looks pretty.
That Wish was the most popular movie of all time. Right? That's what happened?
I mean, Valentino is the star of that.
Biggest movie
film.
on Disney Plus. The lady from Wish and
Asha?
the star from Wish and the goat voiced by
Valentino, yeah. Listen, I saw Wish. I talked about it. Yeah, I think I talked about it on the podcast when I first had an opportunity to watch it. I liked it way more than I thought I was going to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's what I said when I first talked about it.
Let's roll back the tape. We'll insert what Heyzen says right here. No, I'm just kidding.
Because I don't remember.
I hated it. It was horrible. No, I'm kidding. Apparently I didn't say that. No, I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. The story, I think I've said this to both of you, that the story was great for what it was. I think that the idea of the wishes and how how it all unfolded and stuff was good. But I will admit that there were many things about it that felt way more DreamWorks than they felt Disney in this film. And it wasn't just like the animation style or anything, because it did have this killer animated style look that looked like a storybook. And as they were kind of progressing, like, it had the hard edges from like the pages of a book and stuff. And as somebody that worked on modeling and working to become an animator and had to learn about shaders and the composition of that, oh man, that was possibly my favorite part of the film. The way that the shading and the way that they elevated the story by almost transforming it into that live storybook and kind of like shift you into that mindset. I think that was my favorite element of the film.
All right, Heyzen, can you tell me what Wish is about?
Wish is about, I forgot the sorcerer's name, but essentially
Magnifico,
the story,
that guy, the
Magnifico.
king?
Yeah. So essentially, in this town, he basically grants the people of the town a wish as part of this like ceremony, and so people gather together, and he calls out people's names and is like, "Today I'm going to make your wish come true." And so like his magic is kind of I want to tell enough of the story without giving the whole thing away, but a lot of his power is because he's kind of siphoning the wishes away from the people in the town, and they're all kind of like floating orbs in his castle, and that's kind of like where his power comes from. And at one point Asha wants to work for him, and so she goes and she applies, and she gets really close to working for him, but then realizes like, hey, if I'm going to work for him, maybe he can help my father's wish come true of becoming this thing that he's always wanted to be. And when she asked for it,
play the guitar.
Yeah, like play the guitar for
was?
people. Yeah, he wanted to entertain people is basically what he wanted to do. And so he's kind of like, oh, I guess another person that wants to work for me is already asking for a favor. And she's like, no, that's not what it is. Like, I just figured that you have all this power and blah, blah, blah. And so they have a bit of a falling out when she realizes that he's kind of greedy and that he's kind of siphoning this power and that he's
and he
not
doesn't even make you pay you rent.
Exactly. And because of that falling out, there's like she goes off, she's hiding because basically he wants to capture her and like imprison her and stuff. And in that time she kind of makes a wish, like she sees a shooting star, which turns out to be the star from Super Mario Brothers, from Odyssey and from Galaxy and stuff like that. And so she gets a Starman. Then all of the creatures start talking to her, and Valentino has like the sultriest voice you'll ever hear for a tiny donkey.
He's a goat, thank you very much.
Oh, I'm sorry, he's a goat. You're right.
Sure.
He is a goat. You're right. And then, you know, all her friends kind of turn against her, but they don't, and then they help her. And I don't want to tell the rest of the story, but that's kind of the gist of the story.
I was trying to stump you and see if you just forgot what Wish was about, because I forgot what Wish was about until you started talking about it, and I remembered some of it. Because I couldn't tell you. I got Magnifico, and we got Asha, because you reminded me, and Valentino, and Star. There's no other characters in that movie, and she's like 8 friends.
Yeah, I don't remember any of their names, by the way. I remember their name. I don't even remember her dad's name. Yeah, like
Papa. I don't know.
Grumpy, Dopey, Bashful Doc.
I think that was like that's like a thing. Like each one of them's a 7 dwarf. Like
Something
that's
like
the
that.
whole thing with that movie was it was supposed to be like an homage to the 100 years of animation and
Right.
whatever and.
And I think that's why
There
it felt
was-
DreamWorks to me, because the way that the homage happened was very much how Shrek did it, where there was these like goofy implementations of the different story
Right.
and archetypes of the characters that we've seen in other films in these characters. So how they appeared in the film felt very Shrek, you know? So it really had this like fine line between what really felt DreamWorks and what we know as Disney. And then at the end, they're like, here's all these Disney characters from the 100-year celebration in star form, you know, during the credits and stuff like that to remind you that it was a Disney film. But yeah, this is also the film, by the way, that has the song that felt like Rachel Ziegler's song "I Wish" from the new Snow White film. Like the title song for this one and the Snow White one they have the same energy. They feel so similar to me.
I still haven't watched that one yet either.
All you have to do is listen to the song. If you listen to if you load up Spotify or something and find the Wish song from Snow White and then listen to this one from the film Wish, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's so much the same energy.
Didn't like all the star turn like a bunch of little stars and then they're like a bunch of minions? So that's they're like, all right, how we gotta have a bunch of little minions like DreamWorks.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like every movie now has to have a bunch of little guys. Like no matter what the animated movie, you gotta have like a bunch of little guys.
Well,
name a movie. There's a bunch of little guys in it.
Well, because then you can make plushies and then sell them.
Right. Moana, Kakamora, little guys.
Frozen.
Do they make plushies of the
Trolls?
Kakamora?
Frozen, you got the trolls. And in Frozen 2, you got the snow geese.
Yeah, the snow
Little
boogers.
guys.
Snow boogers, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. What else? I don't know. There's always little guys. Like, you got to have a little gang of little
Toy
little
Story.
guys. Toy Story got the Green
Ah.
Army mitt, started it off.
Ooh.
Yep. Yeah.
I like
No,
it.
Snow White did.
Yeah, but those little guys are kind of part of the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
It's kind of like basically like if
Like
you kind
side
of
characters?
go after after Despicable Me came out, everything has a bunch of little guys.
If I ever saw Dopey be like, King Bob, I would be all over that. I'd
Banana!
be like, King Dopey! Oh, no, that's not what he sounds like, apparently.
I don't know. I haven't
Apparently he's
watched it
like-
yet.
Oh,
Let's see.
sorry. All right, next one. We got this concept art featuring the Blue Fairy, Peter and Wendy, and Elsa. I will
They're gonna
say
be
that this
pretty.
I don't know what this Blue Fairy is going to look like in float form, but the Blue Fairy that they had in Paint the Night and the one that they had in Dreamlights, I think have been some of my favorite floats that they've ever made because just of how it was implemented. And
Yeah.
if this has any inkling of those, just kind of with the upgraded LEDs and stuff like that, oh man, this has the
It's gonna be
potential to
pretty.
be like my favorite float in this parade too. So I think, I can't wait to see what this one looks like. Also, these crystals that they're showing for Elsa, I actually hope that as part of the Frozen float, the Paint the Night float for Frozen, the castle was so large that one of the reasons they stopped using it, as far as I know, I don't know if you know, Andrew, or you know, Mel, but
I know why.
I thought it was too tall and they had a lot of trouble getting it through certain sections of
So-
the park.
They couldn't use it in California Adventure. So when they brought it to California Adventure, they
Because
couldn't
of the
use it
cable car
because of the
wires, right?
cable-
Yes.
Exactly. So that's why they're like, how about Incredibles instead?
Right.
Because Incredibles 2 is coming out, so we're gonna do Incredibles float. And then for some reason it's Don't Stop Me Now by Queen is the song that plays.
Well-
oh wait, no. That was
No.
That was the
That's Pixar
other
Play Parade.
that's Play Parade. But it was still they added Incredibles to
They did.
to Paint the Night as well.
It had the big drill.
Yeah, but
In the Paint the Night
yeah, they
flow.
did the
Yeah.
I think it was the Incredibles theme. I got them mixed up.
As a matter of fact,
Don't
if I
stop
remember
me
correctly,
now. I'm gonna get you
on
good
the Podketeers YouTube channel, if you are not yet subscribed, you should be. youtube.com/Podketeers. We did have a video of nope, that's Pixar Play Parade, Frightfully Fun Parade, opening of Mission Breakout. Oh my god, the Main Street Electrical Parade. I posted that? Cool. Okay. Alright, was it this one? I don't know. Maybe. No, that's not the one with the crowd. Anyway, check out the YouTube channel. We got stuff on there for you to watch. Cool stuff. Let's see. What else? Oh, this one right here has so much potential to be one of the coolest damn floats in this whole parade.
The last one was no floats. It was just 3 characters. So I think they were being lazy and didn't give us
I
anything on that last
agree with you.
one. This one is a float of some
Yes.
sort. Big candle.
Yeah. If
Then
they
Bruno
can,
in jail for some reason.
well,
in the back.
he's in the princess caddy.
There you
You know, that's where the princesses usually are, swaying back and forth in their little fences, right?
It does look like a purple sister. I don't remember anybody's name.
Isabella.
It is.
Isabella?
She's like maybe on a swing.
On
which
a
is kinda
swing?
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that this looks close to what this looks like, because watching the lines animate on the butterfly and just like slowly lighting up the candle the way that they do in the film oh man,
$10
second favorite float if they can
on
pull
the
this off.
Yeah. On the other side that we don't see is the other sister like lifting a donkey or something. That's what's on the other side that we don't see.
That would be sad
bet
if
you
Lisa's
that's
on the
what it
other
is.
side.
Well, but
That would be sad.
But I mean, in the when you see the parade, you get one side or the other. Just in this artwork, you're getting
then-
a 3/4 view.
Then you have to watch it.
Bruno
multiple
should be on the
times.
other side.
No, Bruno's in the back. That's where the villains go. They go in the back.
You know what? They should have had Luisa where Bruno is, and Bruno should have been peeking behind the candle because we don't talk about him.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. Well, we'll see. This is just, as they say, artist concept only. It says right there at
Everybody's
the
talking
bottom.
That
about
is
him
true.
here. Yeah. This is another one that I think has amazing potential if they can pull
Oh,
it
yeah.
off. Oh my god. Oh my god. Because the lighting effect again with her grandmother as the stingray and how they light it up, how they do
How
the lighting
pretty.
effects. It's whew.
Well, and it's also cool. Like, I don't know if they're actually going to accomplish this or not, but like, you can see like at the tips of the sail, there's like trailing like twinkles,
Like
which
lights,
would be
yeah.
really cool if like that is like incorporated into that. Like they have these twinkles, like it's like cutting through the air sort of thing. Looks really cool.
I think that they can do that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean that's an easy like making the flag and then adding the twinkling lights. You know, you have the base frame of the flag and then just get it
it's
to
a sail,
twinkle.
my friend.
It's it's a flag to me.
Moana's
But it's a flag
flag.
shape on the sail. No, but I mean
I don't
like the
even know
shape
how I didn't
of
catch
the
that.
sparkles. Like the shape of the sparkle themselves is like a little flag,
sure,
right?
yes, I
So
thought-
what I'm
Okay,
saying
that's
is you build
true.
the frame and you add the
It's
little
just like a,
twinkling
like
lights.
a mesh, a wire black
Exactly.
mesh or something.
Yeah.
I'm just
You
saying,
add
like,
some
it would be
twinkling
cool
lights,
if
we're
they
good to
actually
go.
included that, this is just an artist rendering.
Yeah.
So
And this one would be. You guys have to watch Moana 2 because this if you've seen Moana 2, you know what I want to say and you know why this would be so impactful. Not gonna say it right now because
Okay.
Mel and Andrew haven't watched it, but
Moana's
Stuff.
Moana's
Mm.
grandpa?
Rah.
Question mark? I don't know.
no,
No.
it's
Family reunion.
it is a family reunion.
Oh, okay.
It
Ooh,
is.
I'm on
Dead.
it.
Good guess.
Dead mom.
Good guess.
Is there a
It
dead
is a
mom?
family reunion.
Does
If
her mom
anything, just
die?
watch the end of Moana 2.
Does Moana's
Okay, we'll just
Just
fast
watch
forward.
the last like 20 minutes. Yeah, everything else, they go on an adventure. They do stuff. You know, she finds Maui again, and they get into
Chihu.
hijinks. Chihu. Just watch the last 20 minutes. That's when the real impactful stuff happens.
Okay, I'll watch it. at some point.
Okay. And then, of course, you can't have a parade without the princess floats.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
This is very reminiscent of the princess floats that we've already seen as part of Main Street Electrical Parade, the one that was
Those-
seen as part
Yep.
of Paint the Night. Like,
Those
you know, this
circles be rotating. I'm gonna tell you right now.
you think so?
Yeah,
It would look nice if they get them to rotate.
they're gonna. I bet you those because it's angled in such a weird way that I feel like the whole thing's gonna rotate.
That would
but
be
I don't
pretty
know.
fun.
That's if
I-
that doesn't happen, that's a note.
Yeah.
Note, make
Yeah.
the circles rotate.
This is like a cool mixture of not just MSCP, Paint the Night, Dreamlights, but also Phantasmic because it's very like the rafts floating around with the
Yeah.
with them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Listen, Disney. If you want us to tell you what we really feel about this, just bring it to California. Forget about this like premiere that you have happening at Magic Kingdom. Bring it here. We'll tell you what it's really like, and then you can, send it over there after the summer's over, and then leave Paint the Night here, and then life is good.
Run them back to
I'm
back
just-
each
Run
night.
them back to back, one in each park.
Or one in each part.
Everything is fine. Everything is
and nothing for Disney World.
They
They can have Main
took
Street
the
Electrical
Hatbox
Parade.
Ghost.
And they have Tron.
Hazen, we have
What?
our own Hatbox Ghost.
I know.
They didn't
But they also
take
have a
it.
Tron Light Cycle coaster.
Yes, they do.
They
didn't-
have the giant golf ball Ep Cup. Like
Yes, they have Ep Cup. It's been around since what 1985.
And what more do they want? Look how long it's been there. All we want this for is like 3 months out of the year, and then they get it forever.
Okay.
Like, why do they have to be so greedy?
They haven't even got it yet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Let's just share. Why is that
Half
so
of the
hard?
floats over here. half
I'm
of the
just
floats over
saying. We can all have fun together. We can all have fun
Oh
together.
my gosh.
So this
And we
float
can
has
preview it. It'll be
Aurora and
fine.
Prince Charming, and Naveen and Tiana, and
Yay.
Cinderella and Prince Charming, and
Believe
Belle
her
and
name
the
is
Beast.
Cinderella.
I said Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Cinderella, night and day, and Cinderella. I don't know why they sound like the Munchkins from The Wizard of Oz. We represent the Lollipop Guild. The Lollipop Guild. Who just make me think of Popeye. They sound like Popeye.
Or Popeye's nephews.
No, Popeye doesn't have nephews.
I
Popeye
think he did.
Popeye has a pappy, Poop Deck Pappy, and he's got a baby, Sweet Pea.
Nah, dude, he does.
Popeye's nephews.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I guess
Pip
tell you how much
Eye,
I-
P-Eye, Poop Eye, and Pup Eye.
Wow.
All right, well, I guess I have a new rabbit hole to go down.
Yeah, hold on. Just search for Poop Eye. Yeah,
I
okay,
just-
here. Boom. Listen, look at this. Oops. Hold on. What's happening here?
Ooh.
Why is the
Uh-oh.
computer freaking out?
Dun 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 dun.
Boom.
That's
What?
horrifying. They're just like
That's them, dude.
they're just like
them.
short Popeye. They're children and they all have tattoos.
That's
they all
right.
have anchor tattoos.
That's right.
And big old
And
muscles.
you know what they look like is they look like Mr. Magoo.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you didn't know, there they
learned.
are. They are a thing. So yeah. So thanks for sharing, Disney. We appreciate you bringing this for the summer and then sending it to Disney World because they took the hat box.
So
Whatever.
do we feel
I mean,
like
no hard feelings.
these
whatever.
are all the floats, or do you think some of them are just not like the Peter Pan, Elsa? Like those are probably going to be full floats, and they just didn't have them designed, or do you think they're all going to be on the same float? The
Who knows?
Blue Fairy.
I
Peter
think they're going to
Pan,
be separate items.
like smaller ones, kind of.
I
like,
mean, you can't have. You
Yeah.
can't have Peter Pan. Nah, not mixed with Frozen. No, with Elsa.
Yeah, I think they're going to be their own floats. I think they're going to be smaller versions of each float. I think like the art that we saw for this one, the Blue Fairy obviously is her
It's an
own thing.
homage to the
Right.
Oh, of
major
course.
electrical
I think
parade.
like the way that they usually structure her float, it's just like a cone,
It's
and
a big
it's
dress
just
with
it's
her
basically
sticking
a
out
big
the
dress, a cone.
out of the top. Yeah.
Excuse me, exactly. The Elsa float, I don't think the castle is going to be a part of it. I think this is just a representation
castle is
of
in every
Cinderella Castle.
Yeah, the castle's in every single one of these.
Right. And I
renderings.
do think that Elsa, that the snowflake is going to be there, like the ice shards are going to be there. That's why I'm saying that I hope that the elemental diamonds, they somehow glow, or there's some kind of effect where it looks like it's kind of like how they were represented in the second film when she finally finds that out about herself. And then the Peter Pan one, that's the one I think is going to have like this like
You think they're gonna be
moon-looking
like
thing.
on some sort of harnesses where they like fly around the whole thing?
Probably.
Maybe.
kind of sweet.
Maybe because it does look like it's like London
Little
at the
London
bottom and then
town,
like
yeah.
a
Yeah.
moon with a star up here,
Yeah.
right? So
Yep.
I think this is its own float. Elsa's gonna be on a tiny float by herself. Maybe they'll stick Olaf on there, and then the Blue Fairies.
I think that is without question they're gonna stick Olaf on there.
yeah, the third,
Olaf's gonna be on
the third
there.
happiest character, or the third most sold character.
Olaf,
outside
it's
of,
Mickey Mouse, Stitch, and Olaf.
yes.
No, I think Olaf is 4 behind Jack Skellington.
Oh,
that
I
makes
think
sense.
it's Mickey Mouse, Stitch, Jack Skellington, and then you got Olaf.
that's not. Where do you fit Winnie the Pooh into that equation?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Nah.
Worldwide, Winnie the Pooh's above
Jack.
Stitch.
Jack.
I think Winnie the Pooh might be
Oh,
number
above
2
Stitch?
worldwide. Yeah,
I think so.
Winnie the Pooh, like, because Winnie the Pooh you can buy at like freaking Walmart. You buy Winnie the Pooh everywhere. Winnie the Pooh is like every baby toy is Winnie the Pooh.
Okay, now let me try to stump you on this one.
Okay.
Winnie the Pooh or Piglet?
No, Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the 100%.
You still think it's Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah. The only reason I know
Bears,
this
yeah.
is because I got a bunch of nieces and nephews that are all young right now, and I've been buying like baby stuff, and all of it's like you can't find Piglet. It goes Winnie the Pooh, and then the second Winnie the Pooh character is Eeyore. It goes Winnie the Pooh.
I do
Eeyore.
have a lot of Eeyore merchandise
Just
going
so you
for my
know.
emo Eeyore phase.
Yeah. So the second most popular Winnie the Pooh character is Eeyore,
Okay.
and then
I can see
Tigger,
that.
then Piglet.
Tigger 2.
So yeah,
All right.
you can't stump me on these. I could come up with an answer even if I'm wrong.
All right, where does Christopher Robin fit in all of that?
Like just Winnie the Pooh characters are most sold characters of all time.
Like he's like 700 in all characters.
Oh, if that. I mean, here's the thing, Heyzen.
Captain
I
Jack
can't-
Sparrow sells more stuff than Christopher Robin.
You know who sells more
Yeah,
stuff
that
than
is true.
Christopher Robin? Like
the oysters.
well, those oysters are big in Japan. I tell you what.
They are.
I don't know
Yeah.
how much merchandise was made of Christopher Robin ever. That might be one of those like rare things. Like Roger Rabbit has more merchandise than Christopher Robin, and they barely
That's
make
true.
any Roger Rabbit merchandise.
They had the movie, and I don't remember any
well,
merch
because
for that
Christopher
film.
Robin was played by Ewan McGregor. He was a boring adult man.
That is
There's
true.
there's a Christopher Robin Tsum Tsum.
Weird.
Okay.
I mean,
And no Roger
there's
Rabbit
also
Tsum
a
Tsum?
vinyl figure. There is also, I mean, I just did a search
just
for
did
Christopher
Christopher
Robin
Robin.
merchandise.
Right.
There is an actual plushie of Christopher
Well, you
Robin.
gotta have him when you got all the rest of the gang.
Yeah, there is a Christopher Robin plushie. He looks,
Does he look like Christopher Robin?
he's in the ballpark.
He looks like
He's in the ballpark, I guess.
his one ear kind
His
of on the one
nose.
side looks. His nose is.
Bee
He
stings.
kind of looks like Doug Funny.
Yes.
It's
A
like they
little
took
bit.
a Doug doll and put Trump hair on it, and there's
Yeah.
Oh,
Christopher Robin, poor guy.
poor thing.
Yeah.
That looks vintage, though.
It looks nice. I like it. This Winnie the Pooh, by the
Yeah.
way, it just came up in the search. So much like Paddington.
Well, that's the new one. That's
yeah,
the new.
he
Pooh,
looks
yeah.
so much like Paddington with this hat.
I think that was a intentional
You think
design
so?
on Disney when they made
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I think so.
Well, I am inclined to agree with you on this one. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up for this one. What do you think?
Yeah. Hey, long one.
That was fun.
Wow. If anything, I guess the good thing that came out of this episode is that we're getting this parade for a few months before we get Paint the Night full time.
That's the title. Hey,
Um,
clickbait title, Hazen.
What are we calling it?
Disney Starlight actually coming to Disneyland? Question
Disney
mark.
Starlight
All our
at
faces are like,
Disneyland.
Oh, that is horrible.
Listen, if Scott Gustin picks up on that and tweets it, it's happening.
right. Oh,
That's
by
how
the
you
way,
know it's
that,
coming to DCA.
that Muppet thing, I did the math, and it looks like it's about 18 inches tall. I couldn't figure
Okay.
out the wide, but I was watching
That's
a video,
short. Yeah.
and he was saying that like each of these sections is 5 bricks tall, and then I counted the sections, and then I had to do math on how tall a brick was.
You're awesome.
That's a lot more work than I was going to commit to, so thank you.
So it's 432 millimeters tall.
All right. What do they call them? Freedom units? What is it in freedom units?
Freedom units.
That's what people call them. Freedom units, not inches.
Flag spaces.
So dumb.
Eagle.
All right, that's
eagle
it. That's gonna wrap it up.
numbers.
I'm like, I don't know.
Uncle Sam's.
I'm ready to be like, bye.
spaces.
Yeah, I'm ready for it too. All right, that's it. If you have any comments on the fact that Disney's bringing Starlight to California before they send it over to Magic Kingdom, let us know. Join the conversation
Apple
over on
pie.
YouTube, over on Discord, over on any of the social networks that you can find us and stuff. So that's it. Until next time. Oh, there's a Disneyland that just got posted recently. Andrew, do you want to talk about it so people can go listen?
Sure. It was about stuff. I already recorded this one too. You think I would remember what I recorded these things about, but sometimes I don't. But this one was about DTV. If you ever
Oh,
if you
wow.
remember DTV, we had a little section on that. Some famous TV quotes, or a famous TV quote. Walt Disney's World's Wedding Pavilion, and a Star Wars question. So that's the chaos from this past Disneyland episode
Fun.
93. Stitch has a glitch, but not really.
But not really. In the next episode, maybe we'll talk about how people are feeling about the new Lilo and Stitch film. We haven't seen the film, so
Nope.
I've heard what people are saying, but
People
I
be
wanna.
mad.
They are very mad. And if what they're saying is true, I can understand why they're mad. But we'll talk about that next time. So until then, keep dreaming, keep moving forward, and always remember to pass on the magic. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.